Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I have little Aristaeus with me, and he's with me because we're going to be talking about my top 15 hognose snake morphs. So obviously he's an albino and he's doing pretty good. Oh, I think he wants to hide in my sleeve now, but but yeah, so he's just shed his skin, so he's all lovely and shiny and new and bright again. So, and he's doing well. He's you know, he's eating all the mice that I put in front of him. So yeah, he's doing pretty good. So anyway, yes, without any further ado, I shall just get straight on with the video, and thanks very much for watching. Okay, so the first one is an albino hognose snake. It has a pale white undertone with a layer of dull orange dots along its backside to the front top of its crown to the tip of its tail. Its colour pattern and lack of melanin is due to a recessive gene that is prevalent amongst many hognose snakes, and it is very apparent in this eye-catching reptile. With the proper environment, it grows to the typical age of maturity of 2 years old and can be approximately 20 inches in length. Okay, so the next one is albino anaconda hognose snake. So the western albino hognose snake, it's a mix between albino and anaconda hognose snakes. It is a small snake that has a pale yellow scale base with faint orange dots on them that are small in the beginning and tend to grow as the snake does. And it grows quickly. It has the capacity to grow up to 20 inches, which is, you know, in length, which is normal for a hognose, without exceeding 2 to 3 inches in width. Since it has more sensitive skin, the albino anaconda morph is big on resting in the palm of your hand, because they do like the heat as well. I mean, they love the heat, so. Next one is the red albino anaconda hognose snake. The red albino anaconda is a western hognose snake that has peachy yellow skin tone with blotches along its body that start off as a light tan or orange-ish colour and will become darker as it grows. These blotches will start to resemble bands as they get larger and will stretch out with the growth of the anaconda. That's not literally like an actual anaconda, it's, you know, that's the name of it. The red albino anaconda will most likely reach between 15 to 20 inches when they're fully mature, and its snout is slightly ascended into the air, which is an evident trait of most to all western hognose snakes. Okay, so my next one is the extreme albino red anaconda hognose snake. Now, the extreme albino red anaconda hognose snake morph is also a western hognose snake that heavily resembles its cousin, the red albino anaconda. But if you can tell by the name, this hognose snake has more vibrant colours than its counterpart, which is why it has been deemed extreme in inverted commas. This fiery hognose still has its yellow tan skin base, but its body patches are much more distinguishable due to the fact that they are bigger and more rounded in size, resembling an almost complete band, and their orange-ish red patches are more of a bold red colour. So yeah, beautiful, stunning snake, beautiful. So the next one is a Toffeeconda hognose snake. If you like nature, then the Toffeeconda hognose snake may pique your interest. It is from the western part of the United States and has a light brown skin base that resembles toffee, hence its nickname. Its nose is slightly pinched upwards. Its patches are more uniform in a rounded rectangular form that have more of a dark brown hue. The Toffeeconda hognose is smaller compared to its snake buddies, reaching a top length of 12 to 15 inches and about 2 inches wide. and they are avid tree climbers as well. So that's one thing that I was always told about Hoggies, is that they don't really tend to climb, but this guy, he absolutely loves climbing. So I do think they have it in them to investigate, and they are curious. Snakes are curious. And yeah, he loves to venture, you know, up and around in his tank as well. So the next one is actually Toffeeconda Hognose snake. The Toffeeconda Hognose snake is the offspring designer brand of the Toffee belly Hognose and the T albino. The two Hognoses create a visual double recessive gene within the Toffeeconda Hognose snake. The result of this genetic mutation is the reason for their more vibrant variation of colour. Their skin is pale yellow and stretches across its entire body and is spotted with a popping orange colour that can be very eye-catching. They take after their parents and grow up to be an average length about 15 inches long and 2 inches wide. So another what they call designer morph, but they're gorgeous. They're beautiful snakes, and as long as they're healthy, you know, that's great. Because I know some people think that there's certain genes that have been, you know, overbred over time, and it can maybe affect the snakes. But as I say, as long as they're living in a good healthy environment, and you do your research, and you know, you learn how to take care of them, then, you know, they'll be fine. So anyway, there we go. Enough from me. Okay, so the next one is an Anaconda snow hognose snake. One of the more intriguing hognose morphs is the Western Anaconda snow hognose. It has the name Snow because of all its white hue that resembles the Arctic basin. It has enticing faded red eyes, as well as one of its other prominent features, its scales that protrude a bit longer than other hognose snakes, giving you the ability to feel their true size, scale and texture. As babies, they can be between 8 to 10 inches and grow up to be between 15 to 20 inches long. So I don't know what this guy's doing, he's crazy, but anyway. The next one is a super Arctic Conda hognose snake. With its signature black, flat and slightly erected snout, the Super Arctic Conda makes the list as a prominent Western hognose morph. This unique morph has an off-white skin base that is covered in dots and blotches that look brown in colour, with a black ring bordering each blotch. Interestingly, they have a flat black tongue with a ribbon split in the centre, along with a solid black pair of eyes that will be a challenge to look away from. The Super Arctic Conda is one of the more premium morphs and could cost you close to £1,000. So yeah, when you start to go into genetics and sort of having or developing those sort of rarer morph snakes, they will cost a lot of money. I remember when scaleless corn snakes first came about, and they were ridiculous money. I mean, they were £1,000 or maybe even £2,000, but they've come down quite a lot in price. They're just like a few hundred now. So the next one is the I can't even say this one. I'm going to put it up on the screen, but the next one is the axanthic hognose snake. What's interesting about the axanthic hognose snake is that its genetics removes the ability to have the red or yellow pigment, leaving the hognose snake with some alluring dark tones. Its colours include black eyes and black tone patches, brown blotches surrounded with black rings, and a body base colour of grey and white. It also has a black tongue that is used for sensing others' body heat. This hognose snake is somewhat bigger than the other hognose snakes, ranging between 18 to 24 inches in length and between 2 to 3 inches in width when they reach sexual maturity, which is at 2 years old. Next one is the coral hognose snake. The Western coral hognose snake is an attractive snake with a more sensitive colour pattern and behaviour. They are a fan of the heat as it keeps their body more insulated. Similarly to the snow hognose snakes, the main difference between these two is their colour pattern. Coral hognose snakes have an off-white silver colour to their skin, paired with a pale orange for their skin patterns that stand out significantly against the snake's base. They don't grow to be excessively big, but that makes no difference in price because coral hognose snakes are worth a few £1,000s. So yet again, another one, beautiful, gorgeous snake, and yet again, I can understand the price tag with that one. So, you know, as time goes on, the more these snakes are bred, they will come down in price because there'll be more of them, you know, on the market, as it were. And more of them about, but yeah, I don't know, when I win the lottery maybe I'll get one. Okay, so the next one is the frosted hypo hognose snake. The frosted hypo hognose snake makes the list with its clashing colour pattern that resembles the mix of a caramel albino hognose and Dutch hypo hognose, and can be found within the western states of the United States. It has a creamy white base of skin and its scales that clashes well with its brown blocks that are patterned all over its body, and some of their blocks are rimmed with a black border. It's a popular morph of snake because of the visual double recessive combo of colours, and it enjoys the heat on a more frequent basis. So there we go. Another gorgeous one I would love to have. The next one is the jaguar hognose snake. Why is it called the jaguar hognose snake? Because it possesses a dominant gene factor that creates a pattern of oblong circles and ovals that are like those spots and patterns of a jaguar. This noticeable marking is featured with a light tan colour skin and scales, with integrated light brown to dark brown ovals or round cornered rectangles. Their eyes are black and strong, and they even have a unique trait about them. Their head is typically the same brown as their spots that stretches into a pattern of 2 to 3 streaks. So gorgeous, 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 absolutely stunning. So yeah, again, it would be one that would be in my collection. Right, so my next one is the lavender hognose snake. This western hognose snake breed simply has an exceptionally light purplish tint to its skin that looks like the colour of lavender, and you know, my favourite colour is purple, and I do love lavender. Anything of that kind of colour, yeah, again, that would be top of my list to have a lavender hognose snake. I'm just putting that out there. So the lavender hue that it has, that happens because the lavender hognose snake has a recessive gene that limits the amount of melanin in its skin. Nonetheless, it still has an interesting look. It has its signature western up-tilted snout and can reach a full length of 18 inches when they are completely grown. So yeah, as I said, beautiful. So the last two. So the pink pastel Anaconda hognose snake. So this reaches between 18 to 20 inches in length and approximately 2 inches wide. The designer pink pastel Anaconda hognose snake can be considered one of the most interesting hognose snake morphs because of its recessive gene trait that creates an intriguing aesthetic on the animal. Its skin is a smooth velvet light to dark pink with little lines that are slightly darker, like a pinkish orange. Because of its skin tone, the pink pastel hognose snake is often called the pink panther and is one of the rarer hognose snake morphs. So yeah, again, that will be one that will cost you a pretty penny, but it would be worth it. Okay, so last but not least, the caramel Anaconda hognose snake. A smooth look in the signature feature to the caramel Anaconda hognose snake morph. This snake is a designer breed between the western Anaconda hognose morph and the caramel albino morph, which results in a snake that has a creamy light brown colour throughout its entire body without any patterns or spots. Even its head pattern is reduced because of its recessive gene that causes this phenomenon. it's on the bigger side as well, so it will grow to be 20 inches of pure muscle and scales. So it is one of the slightly larger Hoggies. Anyway, so yeah, they're my top 15 hognose snakes that I would love to own. And as you can see from the photos that I've put up with these descriptions, that you know, they're all stunning. I mean, I think all snakes are stunning anyway, and this little guy is no exception. So really enjoyed researching them, because I knew of a few different morphs, but I didn't know about all these morphs, and there's way more out there. I've only just scratched the surface. I know there's a whole ton more, but they're fascinating creatures. They do feel different to a lot of other snakes, because their scales are ever so slightly sort of they feel sort of raised, as it were, and there's more sort of texture to the feel of a hognose snake compared to a corn snake or a king snake or whatever. So yeah, they're lovely. They're very hissy. I think I've heard the girls are worse than the boys with hissy. I mean, he hisses at me now and again, but he's generally quite good, and he's been a really good boy today. So anyway, but yeah, so that's my video on hognose snake morphs, and I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, then please like and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, please hit that bell notification and click all, so you get notifications of all my latest videos. I'm sorry, I'm just checking where this guy's going. And if you've got any comments or questions, then just pop them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer them. But for now, from myself and little Aristaeus, who I'm going to put back because he's been very patient with mummy, it is goodbye, and we'll see you in my next video. Thanks very much for watching.